everybody, an old man's talking.
Welcome to Nerd Thoughts. I'm an old guy, and here are my thoughts. And today we're going to be talking about the new casting for the X-Men. Let's jump in. First off, we have Kit Connor as Cyclops. And even though I'm a huge X-Men fan, understand that Cyclops is probably my least favorite character from the team. This is probably the easiest casting as well because his eyes are covered. And does he look like Cyclops? Yeah. Is he going to be able to pull off a non-emotion dick that yells out orders? Probably. Samara Weaving has Emma Frost. Now this hits a soft spot for me because I actually don't like the White Queen as a good guy. I've always liked her as the White Queen, a part of the Hellfire Club, and I'll never forgive Grant Morrison for sucking mutations and turning her into a good guy. And I get it, she's father, she's on Marvel Rivals, and everybody loves her now, but she was so much better as a bad guy. Weaving is perfect. I can't even think of a better choice. So, and I was going to Chris Evans as Charles Xavier. I don't like this. He's not old enough, in my opinion. And I had heard the rumor was going to be Patrick Wilson, and now I can't unsee that, and I'm very upset that it's not. And I'll give him a chance, of course. Maybe he'll surprise me, but he's just too young, in my opinion. And now we go to Sadie Sink. I like Sadie. She was okay in Spider-Man overall. I do have a lot of the same arguments when it comes to the movie, with Jean Grey being a little too evil in it, I guess. She was a supervillain. I liked her as Max in Stranger Things. I've liked her, was in The Whale, I think it was. My biggest issue with her is that Jean Grey is very feminine and very girly, in my opinion. Sadie isn't. Hasn't never played that before, and she didn't play it in Brand New Day. She was wearing hoodies and jeans. I get why they cast her. She has right head and very popular with the younger people. Maybe she can pull it off. Maybe she can flip the switch on that and be more Jean Greyish like with the comics. Or maybe they don't go new route with that. If they go new route, fine. That's cool. But you know us comic fans. We hate change. And now before I do the last two of the X-Men, I'm gonna do Adam Driver. Adam Driver is awesome. I don't care if it's Kylo Ren, but that's not really his fault. That was the character. I'm not a big Sinister fan. Overall, I've always thought he was an okay villain. So him as Mr. Sinister's good. I like Adam Driver, so he's my choice, and I don't have a problem with him. All right, now we're getting to my girl. We're talking about Storm. And I don't like Cyclops. He's not my leader. But Storm is my leader. I love Storm. Storm is my favorite leader in the X-Men, I guess. And this one's hard because we don't know anything really about her. I don't know anything about her. I've always was upset that they cast Halle Berry as Storm over Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett would have been amazing because she was originally cast for Storm. They changed it to Halle Berry, and Angela Bassett would have just not had the pro. She would have just been the best. Maya's got the hardest casting overall to fill. The Storm is feminine, but also assertive and strong, and she has a thunderous voice. And when I looked at her talk online, she didn't have that thunderous voice that I thought she needed. She didn't seem to have that strong presence, that commanding presence that you get from having, like, basically Omega-level powers and being worshipped as a god once in your life. It just wasn't fair. And that's what I think Halle Berry had the problem. Halle Berry's a great actress. She just didn't have that commanding presence, and she didn't have that thunderous voice. And please, oh please, don't do what they do in X-97 all the time, is have her monologue to herself that she controls the elements. I cannot stand it. She does it a little bit in the comics. Different writers do different things with her. They do it all the time in X-97. That's my least favorite part about X-97, is the fact that Storm is off flying somewhere by herself. And she's like, "Would the elements aid me in my quest for mutants?" Storm, who are you talking to? You're not Doctor Doom. And the last one is Indy Nibetti as Rogue. So here's the big question. Are we getting just absorb powers Rogue? We want the flying, super strong, badass girl Rogue. That's in the comics. If they screw this up, oh my God, again and again with Rogue, that's the biggest factor whether or not this is going to be a popular movie to me. If you screw up Rogue, the whole series will be screwed up. You'll lose the fans if you don't put her like she is in the comics, like we want her. And she's just the absorbing Rogue. She can probably do it just fine. The other factor is, can she do a Southern accent? Probably, if she's a great actress, so I think she probably can do that. But if she has the powers where she's really strong and flies around, does she look cool while she's punching things and throwing things, or looking at her work out? She's a pretty skinny girl, and they're not putting Gambit in it. That's another mistake, I think. I think they should have gone full Rogue in this and made it very much a Rogue-centric version, because we've seen all these other characters before. We're not seeing anything really new in terms of the comics. But overall, the cast was great. I'm very optimistic of the cast. So I don't judge things if I see it. I have, obviously reservations a little here and there because I'm a comic book guy. I critique everything on very hard on the X-Men. I've always been very hard on that. So we'll see how it goes.